wiiki eno tubadde wiiki eziyiseeko awo nga tulaba ku the last things ebibaddewo. Twalaba ku death, twalaba ku judgment, twalaba ku heaven, then netulaba ku hell. In the middle there twagattamu ne purgatory. Kati olunaku olwaleero tuzze okufuna discussion ku kisa kya Katonda. Tuzze ddala okunnyonnyoka Katonda bwa kisa. Ekisa kya Katonda kino kirimu topics nnyingi Mukama ky'abatusobozesezza okulaba olwaleero kye tujja okulaba. Era ku kano tugenda kubeera ne discussion emu ne bannange Faustino ne Kiwanuka banaatubuulira ebirala ebinaba bisingawo. Nga bwe tulabako mu Bible oba mu diary oba mu biwandiiko ebirala ebitukuvu Katonda bwa kisa. Naye leero tuzze twagala ddala tutegeerere ddala batubuulire ki ekifuula Katonda ow'ekisa, ye lwaki wa kisa, ye ekisa kyeki, ye lwaki abantu akukwatirwa ekisa, era bantu kika ki akwatirwa ekisa, bonna oba bamu, Abakatoliki oba Abasiraamu, oba ab'enzikiriza oba ki, kyonna kyonna ekikwatagana ku kisa kya Katonda twagala tukitegeera. Okay. So we shall begin with Mr. Kiwanuka, who will present his side on how merciful the Lord is from the Bible's perspective.
Okay. Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to look at mercy in as what is mercy itself. As I was trying to peruse through some of my work, some of the work of Scott Father Priest, Marian Father, he tried to explain mercy. Mercy is the highest form of love. There are very many kinds of love, but mercy itself is the highest form of love. I've been asked to explain mercy as regards to the Bible. I would like to explain mercy as regards to God Himself. Mere fact of our creation, then begins from our creation. Creation itself is an act of mercy. It's the first act of mercy you could say. Because God, after God, the presence of God, God needs nothing and needed nothing. He was yeyalinga katika Katonda mubwa Katonda bwe yali yeemala ateyetaaga kirala kyonna. For that reason, we could say that basically there was no need of creating us. But mercy, because mercy is an overflow of love. Okwagala bwe kujjula ennyo ne kutandika okuyiika ne kutandika okuyamba abalala kye bayita ekisa. Okwagala okwo, such an overflowing love is what mercy is. And this is what God showed. Out of too much love for Himself, to the extent that it was much, yasalawo akole ekintu ekyo oli kyatagwana ffe twali tetugaana kutondera. One of the worst things that could never happen to a person is not to be in existence. So, mere fact that we're in existence, remember that story of, remember what Judah, when Christ was talking about his betrayer and the time as it was coming. So, he does not only, he doesn't send him to hell, that person to good, but he says that I wish that person wasn't born, or it's better that person wasn't born. That explains the importance of, the gravity of non-existence or of existence.
So it is worse not to be in existence than to be in hell.
Because we would be almost doing nothing, or would be nothing.
But being in hell is also
yes,
the worst thing.
Yes, indeed. But at least we are created. So that is mercy as I see it. From mercy does not only begin after Christ comes. But however, yes, it is shown in that way of Christ coming to us to redeem us on earth. But mere fact of our creation, from creation, God moves on showing mercy and mercy after mercy to His people. To Adam, in that they are given a second chance. As they fall, after immediately they are fallen, He immediately announces the coming of the offspring, the woman's offspring. It's just mercy beyond mercy. God shows His glory. So from Genesis, we see the Exodus, saves the Israelites, as we have been seeing in our readings of the previous week. And then almost all the books of the Old Testament, it is mercy at its fullest. And then the New Testament, I think we shall talk more.
So can this mercy of God ever run out at one time? Because we see, like for example, if one commits a mortal sin, let's say, okay, let's start from the perspective of the Bible, first as we've been talking about. Adam and Eve comes, sins, and then the offspring. We see how Cain killed the brother, Abel. Then we continue, we see people continue sinning and sinning and sinning and sinning. So, in what way does God do it such that His mercy is endless?
Mere fact that God Himself is endless, He Himself is infinite. For that reason, whatever attribute He has, in itself is infinite. He can never have something that is not that has a limit. So for that reason, usually we look at God in the way humans are. Humans kind of limit themselves. We show mercy to a certain extent, but God transcends what humanity stops. Where humanity stops, God transcends. For that reason, yes, Cain is banished to the wilderness, but still is protected, and He curses any man who kills or who harms Cain. Can you imagine? Not only that, He always gives second chances. So there is nowhere God is merciful.
About these second chances that you are talking about, when does it become familiarity? Because let's say I commit a mortal sin once, then I come to God, I'm so sorry. And then next time again, I commit the same thing. And then for the third time, the fourth time. So when is it going to become familiarity of such a cause?
The familiarity, it only becomes familiarity if we do not, how could I say, if we do not trust in the mercy. You see, I could sin 500 times, and each time I said I am truly sorry, God will forgive me. But if in all those times I just say I am just sorry, basically it is the fact that I am not sorry that mercy doesn't affect me. But if I am really sorry, then it is never familiarity.
Even if you are sorry for 1,000 times.
Yes, but when we are really sorry. But where it becomes familiarity is it's when I'm not actually sorry. I know I'm going to do the same thing again. So then that mercy, I personally impend the mercy of God.
Thank you for that submission about the mercy of God and the perspective of the Bible. So we are now going to change to see the Lord's mercy as directed to Sister Faustina from the diary, from the words that our Lord Himself told Sister Faustina, and about the different perspective that she wrote about mercy. I also remember something from the diary about one paragraph, 1234, if I have it right, about Sister Faustina asking the Lord that He should help her spread mercy even to the others. So we see that God does not only give us His mercy, but He even calls us to tell other people that He is merciful. So let us listen to our second presenter.
Adding on the point you had started with, Mr. Chiwabuka, concerning divine mercy and creation, and this perspective of divine mercy as being St. Faustina, I'm going to trace from one of the litanies from the diary. It's paragraph 949. As I was saying, on paragraph 949, there is a litany. It contains the litany of divine mercy invoked by our Lord Jesus Christ to Saint Faustina. There is a certain litany that says divine mercy making us forth from nothingness to existence. I'm going to base all my explanation as far as Jesus revealed divine mercy to Sister Faustina on that litany to explain more about what Mr. President had started with Mr. Chiwanuka concerning divine mercy and creation. You know, throughout the whole day, Jesus, our Lord, demands that we may praise and glorify His mercy. That's how He wants us to show gratitude to His mercy, through praising, glorifying it, and trusting in His mercy. So that's why He revealed His mercy to mankind, most especially through Jesus becoming man. The reason as to why God decided to reveal His mercy to us, He wanted us to recognize His mercy, so that we may experience it. And one of the aids we need to experience God's mercy, to recognize God's mercy, to find in it right from the beginning, and that's why it was a good idea to start with divine mercy and creation. Adding on what Mr. Shonka told us concerning divine mercy and creation, how has been into existence, it is because of divine mercy. For me, I'm going to start with the idea. Even the idea of God creating us, the only idea, let me create some people, it is already, that is a revelation of divine mercy, revelation of God's mercy. How am I saying? You know, God is love. God is love Himself. God is love. And where there is love, there is happiness. Where there is no love, there is no happiness. Where there is love, there is happiness. Happiness comes as a result of love. God being love, He was in happiness. I don't know how we can measure the happiness God was in. And because of mercy, what I'm trying to explain is that even the idea of God creating man, of creating the world, the idea already, it is a revelation of divine mercy. God being in full happiness, which I cannot even use any, I don't have any word to use to measure how happy God was before He created us, because of His love already, because of the idea, because of the God was fully happy. God being fully happy, He wanted, because of His generosity, because of His mercy, He wanted to share His happiness with someone else. And that's how the idea of creating us came, so that we may share into His happiness, into the happiness of God. So, basing on the litany which says that divine mercy making us from nothingness to existence, I trust in you. Before even God created us, even the idea of God creating us became as a result of His mercy, on
that same point, if I may intervene. So, with the thing of God creating us out of His mercy, what about the angels? Is God merciful to the angels? The second part is, wouldn't it have been better if I was created as an angel, such that I don't have to suffer the burden of sin, because that is from, is it true that from sin is where we need mercy, or from?
Okay. Just to on that point as you brought it, you said, then what about angels? Yes, mere fact that angels are creatures, he has been talking about, it's part of creation. Creation, they are first created, so God showed mercy to them. But, as you know, angels are perfect beings. They are kind of perfect beings. They have that full supernaturality that they have. For that reason, God showed them mercy, or already shows them mercy by their existence. However, because of their knowledge, because mercy itself, to be shown mercy, kind of, we need so many things. We need so many things that enable us. Now, an angel, to make a mistake, or in actual sense, in this case, we're talking about the mistake in this case is sin. An angel to make a sin, he or she, or I don't know, whatever sex, I mean, they don't have a body, so whatever he does, he knows it. He knows, and he knows the consequences and the repercussions. Unlike man, irrational being, but we don't have that fullness, so we don't have that supernaturality. So for that reason, basically he stops. He says, it's like saying that, Lord, I don't want mercy. I want to choose my own path. And as you know, we already told that God, besides any other thing. God enjoys freedom. That's another topic now. Freedom. But so the angels have freedom, we also have freedom. But because for them they know everything, their freedom depends. Like us also, our freedom depends God. But only that we don't know the entire consequences. For them they know every consequence. So in other words, they stop mercy before even it is reached to them in case they are to sin.
And on that very point, let us have a short break and we shall come back for the second part.
Okay.